today is that we no longer see the world as it once was. Throughout human history, our songs, our prayers, our rituals celebrated the fact that we are deeply embedded in the natural world and dependent on it. We constantly reaffirmed that we had a responsibility to act the right way in order to keep nature as generous and abundant as it had always been. That was the human understanding. Because in nature, everything is interconnected. Anything you do has consequences, and therefore, we have responsibilities. But today we live in a world in which that sense has been shattered. When we shattered the world, so we no longer see the exquisite interconnectedness of everything, I think that we suffer from the loss of place. We no longer belong anywhere. We are no longer a part of a larger community, that our biophilia, our need to affiliate with other species, dictates that we need to be in a community of other species. We no longer have that sense. If you ask, what is the worst effect of breaking our connections? It is the loss of place. And I think we suffer from that, spiritually and psychologically. In the 3.8 billion years that life has existed on this planet, there was never a single species of plant or animal that was capable of altering the biological, physical, and chemical features of the planet on a geological scale. Today, one species has acquired that capacity, and that's us. We are now altering the physical features of the planet as no other species has ever done. And I believe it's come as a result of the conjunction of four factors all at once. One is our number. We have become the most numerous mammal on the planet. But it's not just a matter of our numbers. We have also acquired very, very powerful technologies, from computers to plastics to space travel to organ transplants. All of that has become a part of our lives in the last 100 years. And that technology used on our behalf means that each of us is having a much greater impact on the Earth. So, numbers and technological muscle power. But you add to that the fact that in the last 20 years, we have become afflicted with a terrible itch to buy stuff. We have become hyper consumers. And so we just got to get more and more stuff, and everything is getting bigger and bigger. That all comes from the Earth. Because we live in cities, we live in a human-created habitat. It's easy to think, well, we're in charge, and we create our own habitat. We don't need nature. When I first encountered First Nations people, I was struck by the way they referred to the earth as their mother. They would tell me things like, we are made of the four sacred elements: earth, air, fire, and water. And as I reflected on that, I realized we framed the environmental problem the wrong way. There's no environment out there, and we have to interact with it. We are the environment because we are the earth, and we're made by the four sacred elements: earth, air, fire, and water. And that's not meant in a metaphoric or a poetic way of speaking. They mean that in the most scientifically profound way. And for me, that began a whole shift in the way that I looked at the issues that confront us and the way we live on this planet. was a wonderful thought exercise that was carried out many years ago by an American astronomer named Harlow Shapley. He said, I want to follow one breath of air and see what happens to it. Well, how do you do that? 1% of the air is an atom called argon. Argon is an inert substance. It doesn't react with anything. So you breathe it in, it goes into your body, you breathe it out, it comes right straight back out. So argon is a good atom to follow. How many atoms of argon are there in one breath of air? It's 3 followed by 18 zeros. That's a lot of argon. Very quickly, everybody in this room is breathing gazillions of argon atoms from that one breath. The door opens, out that argon goes across Vancouver, across British Columbia, around the world, and 1 year later, if we came back into this room, every breath would have about 15 argon atoms from that one breath I took a year ago. So on that basis, Shapley calculates every breath we take has millions of argon atoms that were once in the bodies of Joan of Arc and Jesus Christ. That every breath we take has argon atoms that were in the bodies of dinosaurs 65 million years ago. That every breath we take will suffuse every life form as far as we can see into the future. So air is this wonderful substance that gives life to us and that connects us all to all living creatures and to the past and into the future. Every one of us is at least 60% water by weight. We're basically a big blob of water with enough organic thickener added so we don't dribble away on the floor. The problem is, our bodies leak water. It comes out of my skin and my eyes and my mouth and my crotch. We're losing water all the time. And the amazing thing is, our bodies know that. We don't have a big gauge here telling you whether you're near empty, but our bodies all the time know exactly how much water is in the body. Tells us, hey, you're getting thirsty because we're getting low, or we have to go to the bathroom because we're too topped up. Our bodies are constantly keeping the level of water just right. The first lesson I remember from grade school was a water cycle. Water covers 70% of the planet, evaporates, forms clouds, rains on the land, runs into rivers and lakes, evaporates. Water cartwheels around the planet through the hydrologic cycle. Water is this connector, just as air is. Water connects us all together. We are water, and that water has come from all over the planet. And whatever we do to the water, we're doing directly to ourselves. Children love to call it dirt. And of course, the minute you say dirt, it's dirty, it's something that you don't like. Even the word soil, which is the proper word to refer to this thin layer on the earth that keeps us alive, we talk about soiled clothes. One of the great gifts that my mother gave to me, I would go out in the spring and get completely wet and covered in mud gathering salamander and frog eggs. She never once bawled me out. She just celebrated when I'd bring home this jar of eggs and loved it. And I've always appreciated that from my mother. We were never afraid to jump in the dirt or in the mud and cover ourselves with it. The soil is what keeps us alive. And it's, you talk about the atmosphere being thin and narrow. The soil is just a very, very thin layer. We are the earth. We are the soil in the most profound way, because most of the food that we eat grew in the soil. When you take it into your mouth, then you break food apart, and you actually take the molecules out of the food and make it into what we are. We are the earth because we are created from molecules that plants and animals have absorbed from the soil, and we make it into our own bodies. bit of the energy that grow and move and reproduce, all of that energy in our bodies, which is chemical energy stored in our bodies, originated as sunlight. Plants found a way to capture the energy in sunlight through what we call photosynthesis, convert that sunlight into chemical energy, a sugar that can be stored. And that sugar holds the energy, and when we burn sugar, we release that energy, and then we can then exploit it. So we, as carnivores, eat other animals, or we eat plants, get that sunlight captured in plants to make up our bodies. We are fire in the most profound way. Now the interesting thing is, every bit of the fire that we make on Earth, outside of our bodies, all of that was sunlight captured by plants and then stored as fossil fuels or as trees that we cut down or peat that we harvest. So every bit of the energy that we use was originally sunlight. We are fire.